So this is barley. It comes to us whole grain. This is actually a caramel 20 malt, so it's got a little bit of color to it. So if you used a lot of this, you know, you'd result in a beer like a pale ale, for example. So this is our mill room, which the smaller bags of grain, like you see over here, they would get dumped in here, kind of pre-build your beer recipe. The grain goes through there at 120 pounds per minute. These are fermenters. They're 60-barrel fermenters. So when I say a barrel, that's 31 gallons per barrel. So these are 60-barrel tanks. These all came from our original brewery. So that was about a 20,000 square foot space that opened when we opened our first brewery in May of 13. We outgrew that space by the end of 2015 and then broke ground on the current facility in Normal, which opened in 2017. Watch your step here. So what we have in here is the mash tun. So that grist, that milled malt, will come down through here. We'll hit it with some hot water, and then it forms a mash. So we have a mash in there as we speak. And it can hold 3 tons or 6,000 pounds of grain. All the starch will convert into fermentable sugar. That process can be as short as like 15 minutes. So what we do first before we send it to the kettle is we boil it first, which means we're doing a recirculation. So this is our brew kettle. So this is a 66 barrel brew kettle. This is where we also add hops, and the more hops we add, the more bitter the beer is going to be. But all those nice hop aromas are going to go out with the steam. So there's other hops you add later on in the boil. Let's say 15 minutes before the end of the boil. Those are called flavor hops. And then hops that you might add with only a couple minutes left, or even after you turned off the heat, to capture as many of the aromas of those hops without picking up bitterness or as much of the flavor. So like our Deadhead IPA series, those will have a lot of hops in them, especially the hazy IPAs. So after the boil's done, we send it over to the whirlpool. We pump it over as fast as we can to literally create a whirlpool in there, which helps separate out any hops that we've added in the kettle. The cans get raised one layer at a time onto a conveyor belt. The beers come out of the steamer house. They're getting rinsed with hot water, as you see, to get any beer residue off the can, off the lid.